Hey everybody, welcome back to Northern Lion Plays Spelunky 2. They'll tell you, don't start your YouTube video with a big cough. They don't know what they're talking about, the people love it. This just in, you're out, I'm in, the people want more Vin. Oh my god, is this a crossover episode? Okay, hold on, why tempt fate? Why even go mess with that fool over there? So, here's what I'm gonna say, right? Last episode, we didn't accomplish what we wanted to accomplish. In genuine terms, in spite of that, it may actually have been the best play we had on any Isaac episode ever. We didn't hit the highest highs and the lowest lows with the windows down and this song driving you home, but we still waved from such great heights, as Ben Gibbard would say. Hold on, it's just a little spicy in here. There's a lot of enemies. There's a lot of spice involved. Also, this floor sucked. Like 95% of it was gated. What's up with that? Monty? Bark twice if you're in Milwaukee. This sucks, dude. Get me out of here. This is a terrible floor. So what was good about it? Well, we only took damage like 2 times, maybe 3 times on the whole run. That's pretty incredible and honestly sets an unrealistic standard that will be impossible to stick with. That's just, it's too good. Also, after we made the mistake that stopped us from going to World 7, again, no reason to murder that guy, but I never had a choice. Wait for it. There you go. There you go. There you go. After we made the mistake that prevented us from going to World 7, we beat the rest of the game, like from Neo Babylon through to Tiamat, in like under 5 minutes. It was absurdly fast. I was impressed with myself. Like, we could have easily, and by could have, I mean have, many times in the past, just thrown the run and been like, well, now we can't do anything. Oh, I'm dead on the ice caves. How did that happen, right? We didn't do that. Instead, I mean, we had a high-powered run, don't get me wrong. But, you know what? Why don't you just go down this way? It was good. I'm actually, like, bizarrely trying to rewrite the narrative, I suppose, but it's, I was impressed. I was impressed with our performance. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So, Monty should be at the exit. Seems right. The power pack, I'm not gonna deny it. I do want it. This is just too scary of a place for the ghost pot for me to feel comfortable. But if we can't get it, and I don't think we can, I think we're just gonna get the spike shoes and move on. The power pack, I don't love it, but I will admit it has its uses, for sure. I had a feeling that was gonna hit Monty, because I threw it at him. But you know what? Monty is great. You know what else is great, though? Getting 2 HP from turkeys. So I kind of feel like carrying this torch with us is pretty nice, too. And to be honest with you, Monty probably dies right there. On the bright side, he died doing what he loved. Excuse me? He died doing what he loved. That was for comedic effect, as you can tell. Which was triggering traps so that I didn't have to. Go ahead. 2 Torquies. And this is great because we haven't seen Yang yet. With 4 HP, you know, there is a pretty decent... well, and there's a torch right there. But you know what? I tend to think, and this is a huge, like, big brain moment. I tend to think that items, money not so much, but items are a little bit more valuable than HP as long as you're not in imminent risk of death. It's a statement that I'm sure a lot of people are going to have a problem with. Especially as I'm about to spend some money on nothing. Really, like, we just want not more money, We want this teleporter to be gone. This is break even. If the teleporter goes, who knows what else we could get here. I mean, at the end of the day, you don't get to choose what your shops look like, right? There we go. So I'm probably not going to keep it. Gambling for ropes is, like, not a high percentage play. But we did get him. Cape is more what we're looking for. I understand, you know, as does everybody else. We don't have a... Really? Okay. That's fine. Life goes on. Thank God that turkey was there. I think I might have taken fall damage. Honestly, that might have saved us from ourselves. We might have taken too long. I don't think that we got a good value there at all, for the record. But we did get bombs and ropes after, which was pretty sweet. I would say that's worth it. That's worth more than the HP in my mind. And I know there's money over there, but I do not care. It's just a little too dangerous for me right now. Didn't like how it smelled. Now a ghost pot. Smells good. Smells good. Smells like ectoplasm in the morning. Gross. Basically we want it. We want this ghost pot. We only have spike shoes, but we're doing well on bombs and ropes. So I'm pleased with that. Would I say I'm as pleased as Punch? I would say it would not be unreasonable for you to make that statement. Okay, not smart, not good damage, but it was kind of a prickly situation. It would have been nice to have a throwable over there. Have you ever had Punch? There were like a few things, because as a kid, you know, in the 90s and the 2000s, and of course you know what direction we're going in here, my perception of what college and even high school would be like was created, or at least heavily influenced by movies of the 1980s. So I assumed every party would have young ladies wearing puffy dresses with shoulder pads. I assumed there would be bobbing for apples nonstop. I assumed it was not that rare of a situation that you would be at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in Chicago and you might get up and just go on one of the floats and sing Twist and Shout, for example. But that's not the case. That's not really what the real world is like. But Punch is one of those things I would have assumed was kind of normal. I've had Punch exactly one time. I mean, I've had Fruit Punch, but that's like a little different than Punch Punch, right? Like Fruit Punch is just kind of like a juice. I guess Punch Punch is just kind of like a juice too, but... Anyway, I had it one time. In university, a friend of mine... I hate to do it. In university, a friend of mine, was an aspiring artist, and she had like a gallery showing, and at the gallery showing, which was actually at like a craft store that after hours became an art gallery, it's way less cool than it sounds, for the record. I know you're like, whoa, that sounds neat. I mean, it was kind of neat that the space existed, but it is not, like, it was a chain craft store. It wasn't anything, you know, cooler than that. Let's simplify our lives here. Something like this. Anyway, long story short, there was Punch there. Isn't Punch just like I don't even really understand what it is. Isn't it just like homemade juice? Or like non-alcoholic sangria? And then they spike the punch? It's like they take sangria, de-alcoholize it, and then add the alcohol back in later? I don't understand. Like, does Punch still exist? I have decided that there's stuff to like there, but also stuff to hate. I know I took a hit there. I'm okay with that. Oh, no, 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 no! Get up! Get up, get up, get up! I'm dead, I'm dead. There's no... Just accept it. Literally slipped slightly and was killed. But you know what? We're never going to aspire. I mean, I guess we always aspire to a perfect Spelunky 2 run. We're never going to expect it. So instead, I would say a run where we make one mistake and it costs us our life. You don't say Derek to that. Like, that's your own problem. There's definitely stuff I could have done to mitigate it. Hate this, by the way. Take that skull. The skull is the way out of here. Anyway, what am I talking about? It's just a really long way of saying it's not my fault that we died. No, that's not true. All I'm saying is, like, you know, we'll win more Spelunky runs when we make less mistakes. So am I really gonna sweat making one mistake? I'm gonna sweat it. Like, I'm not, like, you know, trying to be flippant about it necessarily, but it's more like, okay, let's not, you know, throw the baby out with the bathwater on that one. We didn't royally screw up and have, like, a horrible run. We made one mistake at a terrible moment, and, you know, end a mistake slightly earlier than that when we hit our head on the spikes. Life goes on. Surely do want Monty. And remember, you're starting from 0. Oh, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. We're starting from 0 here. We want to build something beautiful. I would say that we've got something beautiful in the works right here. 20 grand. There is a real temptation. The thing is, if you take the power pack, you're not going to go to Volcana. Let me think about this. We also probably won't be able to get the bomb box, because we're talking 26 grand. You know, here's the thing. I think this is a worse decision right now. But I also think it's kind of more interesting to experiment with this. So let's give this a try, shall we? And I'm hoping that it won't cost us all the ropes we've got in order to get to the bomb box, but... Okay, that was not a smart move. And we have now fallen the entirety of the map. This is a very, like, not good situation for the record. Yeah, I hear Monty over there. We know that there's an altar. I just kind of, like, I don't know where the Ujat is. I can live without sacrificing Monty to the altar. I can't really live without the Ujat. So there's our Ujat placement. We don't have a ton of time here. If you gotta rope it, you gotta rope it. And again, we'll say, like, you know what? It would be nice to get the bombs. If we get the bombs, then we get the bombs. If we don't get the bombs, then we don't get the bombs. We won't get the bombs, because we... Oh my god, I thought I fell on the spikes. Oh! Praise Baldy, by the way. And even the Volcana stands amongst us admit... And it's not an admission of, like, oh, they're wrong. But it's just an admission of fact. That you do not want to go to Volcana with the power pack if you have options. Fair enough. So I think we're set. We're set. We're set. Sorry, Monty, and sorry, Altar. If you wanted us to play the Altar, then you shouldn't have played the Altar in a place where it's unplayable. You gotta put it in your command zone. I don't know. Magic the Gathering. Upvotes to the left, everybody. Upvotes to the left. Financially, you know, we do care about our money, because we are, you know, the long-term path for this is the black market. It's funny, it doesn't feel like... why am I not using my whip here? It doesn't feel like a long-term path anymore. Oh, my Atlanta, brother. Like, the idea that... I'm so stupid. The idea that the black market is, like, in the late game is kind of... It's a humorous take right now. Hello, Monty. Because it feels like it's so early. So you knew this was coming one way or the other, but the turkeys are not long for this world. If we see them, it's on sight. Gobble, gobble. Just scouting out the rest of the floor. Thank God that wasn't an enemy. Hello, Monty. There you go. This is what we want to see, and then we want to... Oh, it didn't work! Monty's dead! You trickster! Loki! What was my game plan? Oh, frick, dude. Don't talk to me. Just shut up, okay? This wasn't part of my plan. We should be able to make the ghost pot work. Just gotta clear things out first. Just gotta settle it down. Probably should have left that floor with like 7 HP. That's not the way, it's not the way it went down. I give myself about 95% odds to accidentally break this ghost pot as well. So you know what? If you can see that misery coming, why don't we just knock it off? I'm mad at myself yet again, because like I was just gonna say, we're not getting up there, and we can't get up. So what are you gonna use a bomb to get the crate? Is definitely like the right play. Are you gonna cook a bomb and then watch it fall down on your head? Okay, it worked, but like don't try this at home. The point was less that we could get it and more that we didn't have to get it in that capacity. Okay, we don't have a ton of time here, so I definitely do apologize. Definitely do apologize for that one. What happened? I was trying out something new, okay? I mean, that was kind of cursed from the get-go. I was trying out something new, which was, what if I just followed behind and whipped him as soon as possible? Now, I'm gonna tell you, in all sincerity... Oh, Tomo, you want to come in, buddy? Good morning, Tomo. Hey, buddy. In all sincerity, I don't really know what happened to us on that one. We died, is the glib answer, for sure. Funny. But I don't know what was the mechanism for death. Quillback. No, I mean, like, I understand that. Why did he stop moving? I guess maybe when you whip him, he aggroes? Gotta check. Well worth it. Well worth it. Okay, let's go. That was huge. I didn't want to spend the rope. I'm coming into this run, not this video, this run, pre-demoralized as a result of the fact that the last two have gone so awry. Let's make this one happen, shall we? Again, you can't ever promise the world, but we can at least, you know, make it fun. You know, and not die in a way where we just gave it away. That was a really good idol placement. Let's be fair, you know. If I'm gonna call out terrible idol placements, which is the majority of them, then we should call out positive ones as well. Now, where you might be confused is like, but you're not calling out an equal number of them. Well, that's because like there's way more bad idol placements than good ones. You know, don't let the fact that, you know, we're not giving 50% attention to each one here trick you into thinking that I have a bias necessarily. Sometimes it's not a bias. You know, sometimes just saying things factually appears to be a bias because things are kind of busted. You know. But anyway, that's apropos of nothing at all. Let's get that in there. And we will use our key, of course. Hello, Tomo. Financially, not in a good spot. At least, like, I mean, 13 grand is not horrible. And we'll add another 5 with this idol here. But we're a little underpowered. Certainly, though, spike shoes and bomb bag pretty good. Shotgun no longer interests me that much, to be honest. I just worry that as soon as we get through this, we're gonna get tagged. There's many things I worry about here. One is, as soon as we get through that, we're gonna get tagged. Another one is that if we throw a bomb to try to trigger the arrow trap, that it's gonna fall too close to Yang and it's gonna aggro Yang. Can we deal with an aggroed Yang? Yeah, at the end of the day, it's not really that big of a deal. The big deal associated with it is more that we don't want to add any uncertainty that's not necessary. So I see that both turkeys are up there. Both turkeys are just chilling. You know what? We're not doing much else right now. I'm so good. Which is to say we have time. We have time on this floor. We're going to get a little bit of an advantage for coming up this way. And I'll tell you. A lot easier to go down this way. That'll save us a little time. Is it a very good use of a bomb? No, I would say it's kind of unnecessary, but it does also open up an easier path for us to get both turkeys down there. But then after this, we're actually going to hope that we don't see an idol, or an altar, I should say, because we're going to be like, oh man, could have sacked all these guys to the altar. Yang is a good business person, by the way. You know, I dropped the turkey off at his doorstep, but he does not assume that it's his. Until we actually make the trade. That's what I'm talking about, dude. He's probably the head of his local chamber of commerce. So we got 18 grand. Monty is valuable, but this is a floor where we're probably gonna have to choose 1 or 2 of 3. Yeah. And the ghost pot is a lower priority. We gotta go a little faster, but the ghost pot is a lower priority than the idol, but... Oh, there is an altar, dude! So, of course, you know, with everything that we just got, I'm super stoked to have gotten the compass. But with everything we just got, we would trade it away in a heartbeat for the Kapala. Or at least for moving the needle on the Kapala, but still pretty pleased with this. We got 26 grand, it's not all bad. We have spike shoes, so Quillback is, well, let's just put it this way. Probably a little easier to kill Quillback this time than it was last time. Do you see the fadeaway jumper there? The Dirk Nowitzki? You always gotta peep over here. Again, what's more important at this point? 5 grand or Monty? Don't hit me with the Porque no los dos. Look, my Spanish is pretty amazing, as you can tell. We really are probably going to have to choose one. We're going to go to Volcana, though. So here's what I'm going to do. Hit you with one of those, get you moving. He likes to move it, move it. He likes to move it. Dun, 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 dun. Now, I'm going to need you to go all the way. Dude, why does Quillback suck so much? Like, why are you so stinky? Did somebody tell you, like, you smell good? Because you don't smell good. You smell bad, dude. There we go. And at this point... Oh, we just step on him. God, I wish that were me. It's kind of an awkward position. There we go. Alright, so we're going to Volcana. If we're going to Volcana, the money doesn't matter as much. Which is actually, and you know, I'm loath to say positive things about Volcana. That's a positive. There is negativity associated with it. Like, I would actually like it sometimes if money did matter more on Volcana. Because it would mean that we have the ability to maybe purchase some things our run might be lacking. You know what? If ifs and buts were candies and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. Ifs and buts are not candies and nuts. So hear me out here. Candies? Sure. I get it. Nuts? Come on. I know you're like waiting for the phrasing. Phrasing? No, it's not like that. It's just what kind of kid in 2020 is excited? Oh boy, almonds, you know? I'm just saying perceptions have changed. Also, like, don't get me wrong, I like walnuts, I like almonds, I like cashews. But anytime I'm at like somebody's house for Christmas and they bust out the nutcracker and like a bag of walnuts, the walnuts are always like dusty and the nut meat itself is always sour. Like, I don't know why that's a universal truth, and I wish it weren't. But that's definitely my experience. It's like if you're ever at your grandma's house for Christmas and she busts out that nutcracker, you know, you're gonna A, have walnuts stuck in your teeth for the rest of your days, but then B, like, they're not gonna be that good to begin with. How could this go wrong? It actually worked. In some ways, that's even funnier than it going wrong. I'm just waiting for it to trigger the ghost pot. I don't know, man. Like, originally I was gonna get Monty, but then at 9 HP or 8 HP, I'm like, it's not necessary. Yoink. And again, I don't know why I'm so concerned with the money, Lebowski. But here we are. Very dumb idea. It's alright. So we're looking for the drill. Drill. Baby drill. Looking for the drill. No drill. There's a moon challenge, probably. Yes, okay. We will enter the moon challenge. So I don't feel safe ever on a Volcana run. However, I feel the least safe prior to getting Vlad's cape. So I'm definitely hopeful that we're gonna pick up the Cape of Vladimir. Hopefully that's... yeah, let's go. Hopefully on the next floor. Because that really does give... and honestly, like a rock dog as well, but... either one / both would go a long way right now. So that was a very quick and good moon challenge. We are very item deficient. I'm also hopeful that at some point maybe we'll encounter a shop. Be careful what... scared the crap out of me. Be careful what you wish for. Because I'm sure if we encounter a shop, the most likely scenario right now... and I'm not going to use a bomb for that. Again, because, like... just feel like financially, it's not worth that much for us. Oh, the leprechaun is not dead. Thank you for not breaking the ghost pot. So did you know... oh, the ghost pot's over there. Did you know, by the way, that the mounts have... and many people will have known this, for the record. But did you know that the mounts have a hitbox that's slightly higher than one tile? And that's the reason why it seems so hard to jump on top of them. I may be wrong. This does not seem like drill floor to me. Oh, but please, for the love of God, don't be drill floor. Okay, I think we're safe. I think it's not drill floor. We have a shopkeeper, which is lovely to see. Anyway, that's why it seems like with one tile, it's like impossible to jump on the mounts. It's because actually with one tile is impossible to jump on the mounts. So sometimes, you know, sometimes looks can be deceiving, and sometimes looks can be exactly correct. Now this is like, he built an oxygen not included sort of setup here. We're not going to buy the real cape, obviously, because we're so close to Vladimir, but... he's got, like, heated flooring, dude. This is a beautiful situation. Nope, let's not and say we didn't. I mean, as long as the shopkeeper doesn't get mad at me for that, I got no complaints. I will say, I am concerned about accidentally triggering the idle trap here, but As long as we do things like that, should be fine. Nice little HP bonus. I gotta tell you, Volcana's making a bit of a play, wouldn't you say? Like, Volcana, it brought the heat for us. No matter what, you gotta hit the drill. You're not getting around that, and obviously we did trigger some lava there. We have an altar. This is a floor where you absolutely have to try to do it justice. So if we could find Monty. We don't want to sack the rock dog. That's a given. Dude, that's an easy Monty. And you're gonna maybe take issue with this, but we gotta make a decision fast. Yes, that could have equaled HP right away. That's such an annoying Monty to get, but hopefully this works. Again, we don't have infinite time. Kind of just gotta make decisions as quickly as possible that are hopefully good. There is another rock dog. I'm okay, like, sending you down. I wasn't okay following the rock dog down. I think we're gonna have to call it here and head down to the Vladimir level. But we did good work there. I'm not upset. This sucks. I guess we gotta abandon the rock dog. We can't carry it and the bow simultaneously, and we need the bow. I hate to say it had to be done, because it probably did not have to be done. But it felt like it had to be done. And in some ways, that means it had to be done. By the way, there's another rock dog. But we're past the point of needing it. Which sounds overly cocky. That's not really what I mean. Like, I don't mean that it's not going to be useful. And I know we could go up and sack it, but if you think I'm going back up that, like, lava line, you've lost your mind. You're crazier than I am. It's a long episode here today. I'm excited. Because a 35-minute episode, it's Schrodinger's episode, you know? Like, nobody knows what's inside. That's kind of how it works. I hate referencing Schrodinger's cat, because it's like one of those pop science examples that everybody knows something about. So you can't even make an allusion to it without a bunch of, like, 11th grade physics students being like, actually, first off, it's not Schrodinger, it's Schrodinger. And then secondly, that's not really what it was. And you're like, yeah, I know, I was just making a joke. I was just making a joke. It's like that I think you should leave bit. I'm not stupid. I'm smarter than you. That may or may not be true. The jury's still out. If you're smarter than me, though, why are you watching me? And I'm not watching you, you know? You ever consider that? Doesn't really make any sense. I've watched content from people that I consider probably, at least from a book smart standpoint, not as intelligent as I am. But again, you know, Johnny Knoxville could be like, hey, if you're such a smarty pants, why aren't you making $1 billion for getting shot in the testicles with a paintball gun? You know what, Johnny? I don't have an answer for that. I don't have an answer for you. A Matic. That's actually a very interesting... in a boomerang? That's weird. It's a very interesting and also, like, encouraging item to get here. So I would say... I know we don't have a lot of bombs, so why not use your Matic for this? The answer is that I don't know where to Matic in order to hit Waddler. So we're very low on bombs, but we're gonna put the bow down early and just drop it. And then we're gonna use the... I don't expect the Matic to last long enough to do this by itself. We're gonna get Olmec to we're gonna go through this stage of the fight normally. Because this stage of the fight is pretty automatic. We don't have paste, by the way, so we're... I mean, the boomerang's worth a decent amount on this, but will we climb back up for it when we could just whip instead? Probably not. But we'll use the Matic to get those few extra tiles on phase 2. And whatever it could give us on phase 3 to save like a bomb or two, we'd be pretty happy with. Okay, so we want to wait. Hopefully he moves to the left first. I can't remember. He does. Alright, we'll just wait until he's in a good spot. Here seems pretty solid. Little spooky. Let's get him to drop. Oh, that's a terrible place. That's a terrible place for that. Luckily, the bombs were actually pretty sick, but everything else sucked pretty bad. Like, there was the chance that was going to go horribly wrong. Okay, so we want like this, undissable. Okay. Now if we could just get him to... it's so tough to get him to fall in the exact right spot here. Especially when we're whipping. I think just to... It's kind of a waste. But just to make our life a little easier, that's very helpful. What can I say? Clean. Alright, then if we could just get you to move quite a distance. I have to say, like, I'm really stoked we got the Matic. Now, the longer it goes without breaking, the happier we're gonna be. One more row. One more row. Bro, this is awesome. Now this is the scary part. I gotta try, right? No, the answer is we don't have to try. We can use one bomb just to prove we're not out here trying to get killed. And there you go. It's like a low-budget Olmec fight. When you get 3 crates and none of them give you bombs. And you also have not gotten any other bombs anywhere else on the entire game. I think it's a... Well, we must have gotten some, but you get the idea. I'm complaining for complaining's sake. You get the idea. Hey, don't interrupt me when I'm complaining, okay? I am proud of this. At the end of the day, which Rome was not built in, it's been a while since we said it. At the end of the day, it's not like, you know, the best run we've ever had. It's probably not the most elegant Spelunky 2 play. But we've made a little bit of a mountain out of a molehill. Normally that's bad. You know, it means you care too much about something that shouldn't bother you. Here I'm like, no, it's a good thing. We took a molehill, we turned it into Mount Everest. Now we got tourism dollars coming in. All things considered. You know, the Matic, it probably has like 2 hits to go. So I'm gonna take the boomerang instead. Anyway. We're out of here. Number one thing. Let me caffeinate you because I'm proud of myself. Little reward. Number one thing. We don't have control over it. But if there is an altar... Oh my. So many turkeys, dude. If there is an altar... Oh my. Again, I'm actually... I feel vindicated that we have not invested many bombs to get these cursed Monties. We do have spike shoes. Okay, I just wanted to get that programmed into my brain. Like, if you see an octopus, you're okay. You can approach it. Like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure style. But I'm proud we haven't invested bombs to get these cursed Monties. Why would you go get that? Like, that's just... it's... You've invited disaster into your life. Yeah, you didn't need to do that. And then to get the boomerang for 1 floor? Come on, man. Anyway, I haven't... finish my train of thought in the last 25 minutes, but there we go. That's what we're looking for. Hopefully a fairly easy Monty. Because if we had invested in basically any resource in order to get Monty, we would not have the resources necessary to proceed right now. This should not kill him. In my world, this does not kill him. Beautiful. So now, dude, this is like a real run. This is not like a run where we have no chance. You know, we have items now, to be fair. We also have the Kapala. We have Vladimir's cape giving us double blood, which admittedly we're about to sacrifice ourselves in a floor. So this now has very real potential to be better than our last run. It's not far from being better than our last run. This is... I was gonna say it's cursed. Actually, it was kind of blessed. It's a really nasty situation there. Hello, Torquay. You did that to yourself. Never forget that. We're not sweating the HP. We're about to go down to the next floor anyway. So what's the major problem we have right now? It's still bombs. Like, we desire bombs on Neo Babylon. That's the thing. I guess, you know, honestly... You don't have to get rid of the cape. That's something that's been impressed upon me. You don't have to get rid of the cape. The sword, yes. The cape, no. But as you can see, like, bombs are a real problem. We do have to use some on occasion. Or at least, you know, if we don't want to have to deal with the world's most annoying enemies. We would prefer to use some on occasion. Don't really need to do this. That Monty is super dead, dude. We're not sweating the poison to an absurd degree. Or any damage, for that matter. To an absurd degree. Because poison in particular is going to get erased in a floor. So this sucks. Paste is great, don't get me wrong. But we got a very busted subspace here. You know what? That was nice. I no longer feel, like, super scared of fighting those guys. Now I know, as long as we got a situation like that, we're kind of okay. But this is a really, like, bad floor. This is a really not great situation we should not explore. Honestly, we should not be exploring here. We don't have a ton of time. This floor was very tricky just to get to the exit in time. Or the secret exit, I should say. And honestly, if you could just kill me a little faster. If we could save an extra second or two, I'm happy to do so. Okay, this is good stuff. Don't get poisoned on the way down. This is now real scary hours. Like, we hate you. God, that's annoying. And the door's right there. Let's go. Okay. Okie dokie. You love to see it. I'm not even worried about getting Monty to the exit right now. Mostly just concerned about, you know what? If we can get some money out of him, then we'll consider that good enough. That's lazy. There is some laziness associated with the way we played that, but look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Smiling Onyx Vortex. So that's where we face a problem. I believe Onyx is the dark wood or metal. I don't know what Onyx is. Is it like an alloy? It's a Pokemon. I know, okay? You want to talk about Pokemon. The new ones, I got very little idea. The old ones, oh, I had a poster with all original 150 plus a little sneaky Mew. in the corner of my bedroom. Got me through a lot of lonely nights. Hello, Monty. So we don't need Excalibur anymore, but it does exist. I'm laughing so I don't cry. There we go. That's what we want. No! How? Ladies and gentlemen? Oh! Back in Kali's good books. Honestly, I feel like if we sack some Yeti, we may still be able to get some jelly. Because my body's too bootylicious for you, babe. Can you stop doing that? Like, I'm just gonna be honest with you, Kali. I think you should stop building altars down here. It's too dangerous. Why risk it, right? Like... At some point, we gotta have the why risk it conversation. I'm always risking it. Sometimes you're just like, why? Like that was risky. And to what end? A little bit of blood? Cup of goose? Cup of Chris? $500,000 on my wrists, Drink the shot straight up, never chase that, Top down like we bring an 88 back, skirt. And I'm still in the murder business. I can hold you down like I'm teaching lessons in physics. We don't like. We don't like this at all. But on the other hand, can I tell you something? We got one bomb. So what we like doesn't really matter. We gotta interface with it. One bomb is a mega bad situation. And yet here we are. Here we are. Alright. This is where I will engage in some alt-tabbery real quick. Because I gotta... I think it's Smiling Jade... Or Smiling Onyx Vortex, but we'll check, okay? Spelunky Ushabti chart. Okay, here we are. Onyx is the dark color. And then, in terms of items, it is Smiling Onyx Vortex. I can do that. I can do that. I'll just go ahead and tell you, like, if we're able to make it to, well, really, if we're able to get Killeen and then make it to Tiamat, this is a special run. Not just because that's, like, pretty rare for me, but also because... Thank God there's, like, no knockback associated with that. Also because we had, like, very, very limited resources. And, dude, it's right next to the exit. I'm very happy to see it. So, just be smart here. I have to check again. I'm scared. Smiling Onyx Vortex. So, hear me out here. Smiling Onyx Bat. We just need to find the same one, but with the eye attached. Or with the vortex attached. Brain's not working that well this morning, but you could... That's the Ankh. That's not smiling. You wouldn't know it, because apparently, like, we're doing pretty well. Smiling Snake. Don't get crushed, dude. Don't get crushed up here. I'd be crushed if I got crushed up here. Smiling Vortex. Good stuff. And we're right at the exit. Forget the ghost pot. You must have lost your mind. Okay, toss it down. Oh, baby. It's just that split second before it actually pops is so scary. You're like, did I get the right one? Not smart, but look at that. Look at that. Okay. We got cape and jetpack, essentially. This is horrible. Again, kind of situations that if you have bombs, you go like, you know what? No big deal. Because we don't have bombs, we got to be way more precious. Based on the novel Push by Sapphire. And we are letting Colleen take some damage. I wish it weren't so. To be honest, I hate to use my last bomb, but at least our last bomb is going to get us there. So I think, honestly, this is a very special run. The fact that we're probably making it to World 7 unless we royally screw up this part right here, which is very possible, very exciting to me. Now, we do have a problem. It's an obvious problem. Without bombs, I can't access Waddler. I think. So I'm like, you know, feeling pretty not great about that, but let's see. Whether or not we can access Waddler and get the bow and survive the sun challenge and etc., etc., this is a very, very good video. And the more of these successful videos we're able to put together, the more confidence we restore in the consumer. That when they, you know, tune into a Spelunky 2 video, I see the sun challenge there, you know, it's not going to be a colossal waste of their time. Don't stand there. I'm scared though, I don't know if we're going to live here. I don't know if we have enough HP to live, but I think you gotta send it. I didn't pay for it. So I know that apparently there's like a cheeky place you can stand. Like right here apparently. Nope, that's that ain't it, huh? Lesson learned, but a fun run regardless. I guess maybe if you bomb that trap, you're safe. Anyway, for now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Apologies for the abrupt ending, but it was a fun one. Thanks for your support, and I'll see you next time. See ya!